Buddy, I'm Ave Guccio, and as I promised before, as I make in my community check, I'm doing myself as a what if. Yes, I know I'm doing a remake of What If I Was in Dragon Ball. Now, I realized some mistakes I did, so I decided that instead of me becoming a Saiyan, I decided to just go with the path of the humans. I know I do like Saiyans a lot, but I decided to, why not try to be a Saiyan? If you guys are wondering, yes, I'm also gonna do What If I Was reborn as Frieza and many other characters from Dragon Ball, even as Piccolo himself, maybe even Gohan as well, maybe even Beerus, Whis, the Grand Priest, Zeno. Yes, there'll be a lot of things that I'll be reborn as. I'm also gonna do community check of which you guys want to be reincarnated myself as, and if you guys vote for the most, I'll get that. I also make maybe even a combination between two what ifs. What if I was maybe reborn in Dragon Ball as Batman? Yes. This will also be a collaboration between two what ifs in one. Of course, you guys can choose just one or a combination of two, so that's your choice. Now, when will this story take place even? Well, it will be taking place when I'm 18. I'll have a job, I'll have a peaceful apartment, and I'll literally live a normal life. I'll have a dog, and everything will be normal for me. Of course, I'll be late for my job as I'll start to run across the street. Of course, I will look everywhere for cars, and eventually, I'll drop my wallet. I'll try to grab it as fast as I could, but eventually, a truck will come to me as it hits me. I'll start to bleed out, and seemingly, I was losing consciousness. I didn't want to die, I didn't want to go right now. But before I could go, I saw a purple figure. I was confused as I disappeared, and I had a feeling of a heat. I then opened my eyes as I was almost in front of a desert. I looked around and I was confused. Where am I? How did I even get here? Was I dead? I looked around, confused on where I was. Eventually, when I looked at myself in the river, I realized I look exactly like Goku. Wait, not just any Goku, absolute Goku. I would have recognized that as I had the clothes. I'll look around as I see that I'm actually pretty well built. I'll be pretty surprised at my physique of this new body, but I'm still confused on why I was here. Eventually, Fu appeared, and Fu explained to me that he wants to see something entertaining, since he has seen my life and he saw how easily and relaxing my life was. So he decided to do some excitement by bringing me to my favorite show, Dragon Ball. Of course, I'll be shocked by Fu's request. I tell him, what does he want with me if he just wants entertainment only? I know he wants something else as well. Of course, Fu would tell me that he knows me and he knows a lot about me, about my what ifs. I won't say that how he knows about mm, Fu or his intentions. Of course, Fu just explained to me that for now he has his guidance. He he remembers the purple power that he gives to any warrior he brings from other timelines. I'll then remember as I nod. Fu tells me that with his power, it will protect me from any type of events that would actually do me bad, and it will make me survive and maybe even encounter the main characters. Of course, I'll be pretty surprised and shocked, but Fu tells me good luck as he leaves me in the desert. Of course, he does leave me a scouter, which I can practically detect anything. Next, I realized that I was in the Pilaf's saga, or the end of it when Dooku transformed to Great Ape and destroyed Pilaf's castle. Eventually, I was trying to search for Bulma, Yamcha, Goku, and Oolong, and eventually I was able to find them. I actually wouldn't have been able to find them by the time of night, and I would actually realize that my stamina is actually higher than I actually was before. You guys are wondering, my stamina was not that big, but because of food bringing me a new body, or giving me a new body, practically made me to able to endure much more. Since this is a body of a Dragon Ball character, it means that I actually can go past my limits. But of course, food did tell me that I have incredible amounts of potential. My potential is that almost close to a Saiyan of a hybrid, but I'm still a human nonetheless. Of course, I was still impressed by his power, and I wanted to train. I want to experience and even see if I can grow stronger. Eventually, after I wait for all of them to wake up, Gecko of course will be shocked by my presence since I look almost like him. I tell him that my name is practically Martine, but he can just call me Neo if he wants to. Of course, Goku will be pretty surprised by that. And eventually, most events will still go the same. Except that I actually was able to actually get the Dragon Ball since in this time I did actually have not done the wish. I would then use the wish and I decided to actually make a wish for Goku himself. I decided to wish for Goku to remember his past. Practically, I would bring out Bardock Scouter to him. Of course, Sharon is able to do that since I know that he can practically do that even in the early episodes, even time of Dragon Ball. So yeah. Of course, when Kid Google actually Eventually, when Goku actually does get the Scholar, he eventually floods the memories the same as Kanagyoku from the Guno arc would have been, but the emotions are actually much more effective because of Goku being a kid. I tell him that I may have not known his father better, but I know that he wanted to send him to Earth, almost like his mother, so they can protect him from any evil that Frieza may come. Of course, Goku doesn't impress by my words and tells me that if I can come with him, since he kind of sees me as an uncle. Of course, I won't practically be happy, and I can actually see Goku as my little brother, so I would have actually obliged. Eventually, both me and Goku would have gone to Kai's house. Of course, I would not do anything stupid of convincing Master Roshi, but I was able to practically convince him in the nick of time. Eventually, both me and Goku would have been continued to train. Of course, my body would easily get adjusted to it due to being a Dragon Ball character, and with my potential being close to Goku's, I was actually able to pick up with Goku. I do not have any Zenkais like the Saiyans, but my potential is that of a Saiyan thanks to Fu. So that means that I will just grow stronger the longer I trained with Goku. Now, by the time of me and Goku training, Krillin will still arrive. But by the time of Krillin arriving, both me and Goku are far above his league, even in a canon variation. Both me and Goku will continue to train, and eventually even spar with Krillin himself. Of course, Krillin was trying to bully me for being weak, but my physical strength, even though I cannot control Ki that much, is way higher than Krillin's, even higher than Master Roshi's. So, of course, Master Roshi will decide to teach me some techniques since I was pretty interested in learning multiple techniques. He teach me the Drunken Fizz, even the Mafuba as well, since that'll be pretty useful technique. And now we're able to also learn the multiform. It was a pretty tough training for me to do, but I was able to utilize it. Of course, I'll also go to a Korean school by telling Master Roshi I also want to learn their techniques as well, just in case if I need to get stronger. Of course, Goku wishes me good luck as I go there. Of course, Master Chen will most likely be skeptical of me, but after he sees my strength, he decides to accept me. Of course, Tien is kind of brutal to me in the beginning, and he's practically trying to beat me up. But of course, I would just say the challenge as I continue to grow stronger. Of course, Chaozu is still trying to practically weaken me, so Tien can always win. But Tien wanted a fair fight and not want anything to be cheated by. I actually would respect that, and eventually I was able, after multiple years, or you could say a couple of months, I've been able to train with Tenshinha and Chaozu. Eventually, I was able to convince him that the ways of Master Chen are actually wrong and pretty bad. Eventually, in this sticking in their minds, both Tien and Chaozu actually realized that Master Chen is even more brutal than they actually previously thought of. So they decided to leave with me. Eventually, we became friends just like them. Of course, I would be pretty happy since I could change him for a better path much more early on. And that is pretty good for them. Eventually, of course, after my training with both Master Roshi and Master Chen, I was able to grow incredibly stronger. Now, this is the power levels for all the fighters that for now. Now, I actually stand on top due to my Korean school training being incredibly brutal, which most likely would have made me even stronger than before. And I was also able to learn how to fly due to my Saiyan potential. Now, my power would range to a power level of at least 350. It's not crazy high, but it's still extremely high in comparison to any Dragon Ball character. I must say that Tien is actually stronger than Goku because I was training with him and we trained a little bit longer. So I must say that Tien has a power level of around 240, Goku has a power level of 210, Chaozu has a power level of 180, and Krillin has a power level of 160. Yes, Krillin is kind of the weakest of the group, but he's still pretty strong in his own right. Of course, most events will still go the same, but since I was able to actually save Uba from getting killed, with of course of these, I also able to climb Korin's tower and eventually wanted to drink the Ultra Divine Water. Of course, Korin only she still had to pass the test of Korin, which I'm most likely able to do after a couple of days of trying to catch him, or just a full night, which I was easily able to do so. Of course, I'll decide to drink the Ultra Divine Water later since I have just enough time as I want to. But of course, I do know about King Piccolo, and he will come soon, so I need to be ready and a lot more powerful. Even though I can feel Ki, and I can sense that my power isn't very strong, I'm still worried about King Piccolo. I'm not that great with Ki, so I want to get much more better control over my regular strength and then learn how to control my Ki. So that's why I'm even training even harder than I've ever been training before. Of course, eventually Goku would able to get Dragon Balls. Of course, Goku would have also be confused since Uber did not die, so why is Goku practically collecting them all? I would have thought that maybe he wants some food or some answers, but Dude tells me that he wants to learn a lot more about his family and maybe even do something with it. Maybe even revive them. But I tell Goku that they have been long dead, and if he revives them, they'll just die again because of the vacuum of space because of planet Vegeta being destroyed. Of course, I did mention about Raditz and Vegeta because Raditz is with Vegeta, so Goku decided to do the switch. Of course, I'll be pretty shocked at trying to stop Goku, but before I could even do that, Vegeta will appear. Of course, I'll be pretty panicked as I was able to drink the Ultra Divine Water. Because of Fu's effect that did on my body, I was actually able to survive the Ultra Divine Water and increase my power. This increase will practically increase my power level a lot, but I'll still be pretty worried about Vegeta since I know that even in his kid state, he has a power level of 12,000, which dwarfs mine and even Goku's, which is a big no-no, and I need to be ready. I know that if I cut off his tail, that would not do much since, yes, Great Ape is still pretty useful because it can increase their power by 10, but their power levels alone are a lot higher. But I do not know Raz's power level, but after sensing it, I'm able to actually tell that Raz actually in his kid form has a power level of 750, or at least close to that level. Which means that Raz would have only gotten 2 times stronger after a couple of years when he became adult, which will be pretty confused by this. But that is the end of this part. See you guys in the next one. Sayonara, my Z fans. See you next time.